everybody, what's up gamers, Skelemystyk. I am here today in Ravenwood. I am waiting right here in the central area because anytime now there's going to be hordes of people running by to spend up to $700 in crowns to get some crowns rewards. Are you ready? They're going to be here anytime now. Let's wait for a second. Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, this isn't exactly what I pictured whenever they said crowns rewards. And actually, to be honest, I think this isn't what King's Isle pictured whenever they said crowns rewards. I think they were looking for something like this. And instead, what they got was something like this. Let's see. Let's talk about that. Everybody's been asking, well, Skell, the crowns rewards thing, what do you think? So let's talk about what I think. Ready? Here we go. Alrighty then, what do I think? Well, okay, I've got to do a few things before we get started with the real meat and bones of this video. So bear with me for just a minute. Some of this video is actual, printed on paper, can't change it, hardcore facts. Some of this, I have to admit, is speculation on my part, guesswork. I may entirely be wrong. I may entirely be way off base. But not that I've ever been accused of this before, but I may be totally not right. And it may be incorrect. But some of it I'm pretty sure is pretty well on the money. Let's go ahead and run through the green meadows here and all that and talk about what's going on. The Crowns reward system. It's the latest attempt to gain some revenue. Yes, okay, yes, Gil, duh. Of course they're trying to gain some revenue. But why? Why would they do a thing like this to gain revenue? Well, let's talk about that. This goes with part of what I think and what I've been thinking about for a long time. First things first, let me get to the top of this very nice, pretty flowered hill here and pop up some graphics for you. Ready? And 3, 2, 1, pop! Here we go. What do we have here? We have a listing of the Crowns bundles that have been issued, released, or whatever you want to call it, since the beginning of Wizard101. The other listing is the new content, worlds and whatnot, that has been released since the beginning of Wizard101. Now, look at that one list there. I'm going to leave this list up while I run around and avoid monsters and enjoy the green grass. Alright, I'm going to do that. Leaving these lists up. Excuse me. You notice that list there with the bundle content. It's mighty long, isn't it? For one thing, right off the bat, that's the first thing you notice. Man, that bad boy is mighty long. Long. Good night. You see, starting out there, early on in 2010, there was a bundle. And then the next year, there was a couple of bundles. And then the next year, there was a couple of bundles. And then a couple more, 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 and then a couple more. Yeah, I know. That was a little bit excessive. But then again, isn't the bundles list a little bit excessive? Look at that. We started out at the beginning of this game with 1 and then 2 bundles a year. And now we're up to 4 regular bundles every year. And that's not even counting the new packs that come out. That's not even counting that stuff. It's more people than one have said by now, guys, good Lord, slow down on the bundles, slow down on the packs. Show us some content. Show us some more content. Show us some new worlds. Show us some new things that everybody, not just people with pockets full of money, can explore. Okay? Do that. Now let's go to the other side, to that poor, I must say, rather shorter content list. As you see in the beginning, we started out with, well, the whole group of worlds, sure. You know, 3, 4 there to get everybody started. That's cool. Only part of one of which was free, as the whole free play thing advertises. Okay, but we're not even going to gripe about the free play thing, because we got enough other things to talk about here. In the beginning, there was the original worlds, and then they added on Dragonspire the next time, and then in the following years, they added on 2 and sometimes 3 large pieces of new content every year until a certain point. If you notice that, until a certain point. And at that point, the next year it slows down some, and then the next year it slows down a lot. To at this point now, we're getting 4 new bundles every year, but we're only getting 1 new content world a year that everyone can enjoy. See how this worked out? Look, at the beginning there, lots of new content, very few bundles. These days, a lot of bundles, not very much new content. Let me tell you what I think happened here. There's a lot of I thinks in this area, and there's a lot of speculation in this too. We'll see how right I am. I mean, you will never actually know the truth, but it is food for thought. In February 2013, J. Todd Coleman, one of the founding members of Wizard101, and I believe he was their creative director, in other words, their new content director, left the company. He left the company in 2013. In an interview, he said it was all amicable and everybody was happy and it was, you know, all flowers were growing in the fields and everybody was cheering and all that whatnot. But I also noticed in that interview that in that same year, Wizard101 grew in business by 25%. 25%. Now, I'm not going to speculate as to the real reasons that the man left or whatever else was going on, but I will say this. If you look at the time before J. Todd Coleman left, content was going up and up and up and up, and there wasn't very much in the way of bundles. After J. Todd Coleman left, there was a lot, but the bundles came out and came out and came out and came out, and ever increasing piles, and the content declined. Why is that? Why is that? What did that have something to do with J. Todd? Again, that's total speculation. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it didn't. Whatever the case. But if you notice the numbers, you notice the dates, see what's going on here. Okay, all that aside, that doesn't really address the question here of what we're talking about with the whole quote unquote, and I'm not using this term, I'm just relaying this term because I've heard it thrown around a lot, the whole money grabbing thing. If you think about it, revenues, well, revenues, I don't know if revenues have actually gone up or not. They say money grab, but I wonder if it's not just a sustainability grab. Because administrative costs in 2018 for running a game like this are not what they were in 2008. I promise you that. Keeping servers up, paying salaries, doing all these things are not what they were 10 years ago. I understand that totally. I can see where that could be. But are they quite what now? I'm not going to explore that question further. I had a question in mind there. Sometimes I get little side questions as I'm doing these videos and my mouth runs before my brain thinks, so I'm not going to do that. All right, so anyhow, the reason for the money grabbing. Back in the day when they started out, bundles, they were hot. The game was hot. The servers were filled with people. They had tonolas of people. That's that word, tonolas. They had tonolas of people here playing, saying, "Oh, cool! Wiz got a new bundle. Let's go get it. Go, go, go!" And they saw that, and it was good. The light of cash shined down upon them, and they were pleased. They said, "Hey, dude, what's up with this? If we make a bundle, we get X amount of cash. If we make content, sure, everybody plays it, but once they buy it or get a membership for it, then they play it and they don't want to fool with it anymore, and we don't get any more cash. If we keep making new bundles, we'll keep getting cash coming in. If we make content, sure, we'll make people happy with content, but we'll only get X amount of cash out of it versus the huge X amount of cash for bundles and packs and packs and packs. Did I say in packs? And packs. So maybe we should make more bundles and not focus as much on content. You know what? By the way, along the way, we should add mobile in there because we're going to make a bunch of money out of mobile. maybe we aren't. So here, at the end of the day, I think is the reason for the quote-unquote money grab. If you look at a server on a weekend these days, if you look at, let's pop that up. You know, unfortunately I've got to bring my heads up back on so you guys can see this. Okay, go to servers. Go to realms servers. Okay, this is true. It's not a weekend. It's like, you know, well, actually, it is a weekend. It's Friday, so I guess you call it a weekend. It's not quite after 3. It's until the middle of the day, so people are still in school. So we'll cut it with a grain of salt. We have 2 full and 2 crowded realms, which is more than we ordinarily have. But then again, we just got Imperia 2 released, so a lot of people are playing that. On an ordinary day, if there's not new content, say it was, you know, before Imperia 2 came out, you'd have 1 full realm, maybe a couple crowded realms, and the rest would be empty. 6 pages of 5.5 pages out of 6 of perfect, which means nobody's in them. In 2010, honestly, 2010, 2011, at the height of this game, the first page, almost the first 2 pages, would be full. Full. So, the reason for the money grab. Administrative costs have only gone up since 2008. But the actual playership, whether you pay attention to the press reports put out by King's Isle or not, the actual playership, take it from a guy who's been here since the start of this game, the actual playership has not gone up. It has gone down. I don't care if you get a news flash that they now have 50 million players. No, they don't. What they have is 50 million accounts that have been started or begun. Okay, that's where that number is coming from. I promise you, I will bet you everything I own right now, they do not have 50 million people playing this game live and active at any given time. Hell, I'll make that same bet for 30 million. Maybe even for 20 million. Maybe even for 10 million. But definitely for those numbers of 30 and 50 million. I will bet you my car, my house, my boat, my automobile, my first dog. Well, I can't give you my first dog. But I promise you, there is not 50 million people playing this game. For one thing, I know a ton of people personally who have 3 and 5 and 10 accounts. Because what they do is anytime there's a freebie giveaway, like the Christmas thing, they'll log on 10 different accounts or more and get that freebie stuff so they can give it to their mains. Because so the 50 million player count, wrong answer. There is not 50 million players. Okay? I would be shocked to find that there are 5 million players. So, well, they've got to run a game that's now 10 years older on, I would easily say, 25% of their top actual player base that they used to have. So, well, those funds have got to come from somewhere because Granny Clementine ain't got it stuck in her old sock under her mattress in the cabin. It's not there anymore. I'm sorry. It's not. So they got to come up with it from somewhere. So that's why you have these creative plans, plays, what have you, to make crowns reward things. I came up with the idea a long time ago, hey guys, you should sell potions or backpacks or gear or whatever of some type that Crowns players could get to give them the same benefits as membership. Honestly, these days I think that Crowns players spend more on this game than membership players do. It used to be that a membership player, they had their membership, and they'd buy a lot of crowns too, you know, get this side stuff and that. And I think that's where the bundle thing and all that extra money and microtransactions and all that stuff came out from. They're like, whoa, we can make a bunch of money. You know, we got all these members and this and that. No, okay, well, they got a lot less members now. I think now Crowns players are spending more on this game than the members are. Maybe true, maybe not. I don't know for sure. Nonetheless, I think that, and this is speculation, this is one of those speculation things again, I think the costs are going up and up and up and up, and I think they're sweating it a little bit. I think they're getting a little bit worried about keeping the lights on. Maybe not. You know, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But all I see is another pack for sale, or another bundle for sale, another pack for sale, another bundle for sale, another pack for sale. And we wait a whole year to get one world. One world. Which sometimes is small, sometimes it's not, but one world. When we used to get 3. The numbers speak for themselves. That's where we're at with this, guys. That's where we're at with this. So when you see the Crowns Reward thing come up, just remember this. You know what? I'm going to talk about the Crowns Reward thing here just in another video. I'm getting really long-winded here, I'm sure. And you guys probably don't want to sit through a 40-minute single video. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one now, and I'm going to make another quick video about the Crowns Reward thing and what to do about that and what's going on. Watch that one too, you probably enjoy it. For now, I've had a good old time running around under the sun getting a tan in this lovely grassy field and talking about what's really going on up in here. That's it. If you guys agree, by all means, tell me some conversation. Let's talk about it. If you think I'm out of my head, same thing. Let's talk about it. Now, mind you, tell me I'm out of my head, but don't call me a bunch of names and act all the fool. I can act the fool enough for both of us. All right? All right. So, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, do all those things you already know how to do, and I don't even have to tell you about, because you've already heard them 60 million times from all YouTubers ever. And until next time, this is Skelemystyk reminding you that whatever else you do, always love the game. Peace. Hey, what's up there? It's Skelemystyk. I know this is quite a bit of a long time coming, but I'm one of those people that I really don't like to, whenever I hear some information I think is crazy, I don't like to go, ah, that's crazy, and just like totally go off and have like one of these funky reaction videos where you see my eyeballs